In this video, we're going to cover the probate education and training that you have available to you as a subscriber. We offer all the leads is not just about leads. We offer a complete system and a ton of training resources to go along with those for free. However, what we find is a large number of our subscribers really want to go deeper. They want to learn more. They want to really integrate this as a pillar in their business. So we've created a series of training programs to help people get to that level and even learn in different ways. So I want to go through those and introduce you to those. The first is a weekly mastermind call. This is a free call that we host every Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern. All the calls are recorded and archived, so you can always go back to the very first call when we first began and use those to train your team, educate yourself. Also, as part of this, there is a private Facebook group called All the Leads Mastermind, and in one of the subscriber resource video, you saw exactly how you can get signed up for that if you're not already. That's a great community of people. There's several hundred people in there that jump in, and they share objections, they share success stories, scripts, you name it. And we also host a lot of the letters and documents and recorded role plays, different things that we found to be successful will pop up in there from time to time. So make sure you take part in that. The probate role play call. This is led directly by our trainers. It is a moderated call. You can press *6 to enter the queue and participate. It's a place where you can bring your biggest objection for the week or the month. The biggest challenge you're having, and we'll role play through that until you feel confident. Really neat thing about this is, we have a really diverse mix of agents and brokers from a variety of markets across the country. So some people are just starting out. Some people are seasoned, 50, 60-year veterans. Some are in little, small rural markets. Some are in massive metros. And some people are single agents all the way up to mega teams. So we introduce, it's an environment where you can learn from people that are 180 degrees from where you are in your business, which it's a great environment to hear what's working for other people. Again, all these calls are going to be recorded, so you can use those for training. They're archived, so if you come in, 6 weeks into the role plays, you can always go back to the very beginning and listen to those and learn. Probate mastery is our highest level of training, and this was really born out of necessity. We found that a certain percentage of our subscribers just they took this really serious and wanted to really get it built into their business as a pillar as quick as possible. It's not really something we can deliver as part of the short fast track training or any of the free training. So it consists of 3 really comprehensive sessions that break down into 20 plus modules, and you kind of go through step by step in the order that you should. All these sessions are video recorded using join.me, so immediately following the sessions you get a video recap, so you can use that to train, educate yourself, train your team, always go back and reference. If you're using virtual assistants, you can forward those along to them. At the end of each session, you have action items assigned. So, you have session 1 with action items, and these are spaced out so you have time to implement everything you learned in that session. So session 1, and then you have 7 days to implement. Session 2, 7 days, and so on. Now, if you do want to accelerate the probate mastery training, I realize some people are stronger systems minds or further along in their business. We can move at your pace, at least in the one-on-one environment, which we'll talk about here. So because people do have different learning styles and different schedules, we offer the probate mastery training in 3 different formats. So we can do one-on-one training directly with me, and that really looks almost like consulting. So I will sit down with you or your team, and we will go through step by step exactly how, and kind of pull your business apart and build this back in such a way that's not disruptive. You can also do this in a group setting. We do probate mastery group training webinars, and this is on a 3-week rotation. So you'll do session 1, 2, and 3, and then it will reset. So if you would rather learn in a group environment, the really big benefit to this is you can kind of hear other people's questions. So maybe somebody on the other side of the country would think to ask something that you didn't, that you wouldn't in the one-on-one training. So it can actually be a better learning environment than the one-on-one. And then we offer the Probate Mastery online course. Now, this is for those of you who are, strong self-educators that want to move through it at your own pace, or if you're, just have time that if you can't make it for during business hours for one-on-one training or the webinar training, this would be kind of a self-study. And so you move through that at your own pace. All three will cover basically the same material. Obviously, the one-on-one is going to be a little more custom tailored to your business. But also all three offer a national certification. So once you've completed the Probate Mastery course, there's a simple test that you take, and we will actually give you a badge for your website, a physical certificate for a national certification. We aren't there yet, but the big vision of this is to offer a certification that's accepted by the National Association as well as the states for continuing education credit. That's just something that takes time to develop. Just run through real quick what Probate Mastery covers. So session 1 is all about strategy. It's about starting with why, getting real clear on that, and getting your why written down. Getting really confident about your own level of education on the probate process, building your team, identifying those key players and getting them in place, developing your probate unique selling proposition, which you heard about in the fast track videos, writing out a campaign outline, like a written document for, this is how we do this, this is our written strategy, and developing an organizational chart. So, who does what and who owns that. Session 2 is all about systems, and this is really implementing the strategy that we laid out in the first week. So we will help you, build probate into your existing business without disrupting anything else that's working well for you. One of the first things we'll tackle is if you don't have a CRM or a database in place, we'll help you get there. And if you do already have one in place, we'll help you figure out the most efficient way to integrate this probate strategy into your current database management. We're going to walk through direct mail systems and show you how to automate that and be the most efficient with it. Telemarketing system, same thing. We're either going to look at your current prospecting practices, or if you don't have those, we're going to help you with automating telemarketing. And also the end of session 2 is referral generation. So there's a lot of unique ways that you can generate referrals from different people associated in the probate process, and we'll walk through those in depth. And then session 3 is sales, and this is the fun part. So this is where everything kind of comes together. Sales is one of the things that is a challenge to deliver in the fast track training because it is so in depth. So in the sales session, we almost always run over the hour. You almost need 2 hours to even cover this and the way it should be. So in the sales session, we're going to focus on mastering your probate USP that you developed in session 1 and just really getting that polished where you're 100% confident on the phone that you can articulate value and prove that you're the best person for the job. We're going to go through asking the right questions in the right order. So what questions should you ask, and in what order and why in that order. Common objections. So we'll go through each of the common objections that we hear every day and role play through those until you're comfortable and have a really strong response to those. And then one of the things that's really valuable to most folks is walking through the initial call. And it kind of goes back to asking the right questions in the right order, but in the initial call, you're slowly building rapport and getting information by being a really good listener. Then you set the appointment, and so we show you literally step by step in what order you should be doing this. Next is preparing for the appointment. So this is all about the pre-listing package, and this is kind of, once the appointment is set, everybody's going to kind of branch off from here because everybody has their own style, their own systems, their own processes as far as listing properties. So what we do is we take what's been, kind of best practices and what I developed in my business. And I think you can always learn from looking at what someone else has been successful with. And you're going to like parts of that and you're going to reject parts of that. And that's fine. Like, everybody has their own business and their own style. But we'll walk you through what we do to prepare for the appointment, how we layer in value by offering multiple solutions and services, which you see in the letters and have heard in a lot of our other trainings. Then we're going to go through inbound, outbound role play. So there are scripts and recordings and different things in the subscriber area. We'll go through that until you feel comfortable, and then through the full listing appointment and best practices and role play through that. So it's a very comprehensive training. Session 3 is to me a blast, and we have a good time with that. So that's just kind of the not so brief rundown on probate mastery. And lastly, we have a la carte training. So if you have done probate mastery and you've done the fast track and you just stuck, you just something is not clicking for you, we can spend time and do an a la carte training. So if you really need just another hour to go through systems, or another hour just to understand the database management, or another hour of role play or sales training, we can carve out time and do these. And the a la carte training is obviously going to be one-on-one. So it would be you working directly with me or one of the other trainers to really drill down on what you feel like is a weak point. So that's kind of the full suite right now. Again, this is likely to evolve, and we're going to be offering more and more. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit alltheleads.com, or you can email support@alltheleads.com and just put something about training in the subject line. And in closing, this is a quote that I kind of came up with when I was on the phone one day. So, the common denominator to success among our clients is confidence. And I believe 100% that confidence is a direct result of a strong why backed by specialized knowledge. And it just so happens that's exactly what we teach here at All the Leads. So hopefully we can see you guys in the advanced training. I guarantee you're going to get a massive amount of value and be really excited about what you learn.